Hey y'all, working on a 2004 Arctic Cat 90cc quad. This happens to be a 4-stroke instead of a 2-stroke, pretty interesting. Here today we're going to be doing first the air filter here. This is the original right here, and you can see that it got oil soaked or something too, so I had to clean up inside of that air box. I think a rat or something or mouse made nest in there, and I was using starting fluid and things to get started previously to this. That might have been part of it, I don't know. But anyway, you can see the old filter. I don't know if you can see it real good. But it's like dimpled in there, and it's filthy. We tried cleaning it, and it's just shot. So, went on good old eBay, ordered us a new one. Don't think this is quite the right one, but it's pretty close. Got it for about $10 or $11. See, it says for 2006, but I made it work. It's an NT 307. When I typed mine in, it did come up as it, but I don't know. But anyway, I'll show you what I got here. So you got your metal screen, of course, and here's the new filter. I already put it in. What happens is these two pieces of plastic, you got to pull on them. They separate here in the middle. There's a pin that goes between the two of them. But this one was a little more longer and didn't quite fill out the sides as nicely. And the center hole wasn't quite as big, but I kind of just stretched it to fit around that. And then when I compressed it down inside of this form here, it kind of pushed out to the side, so I think it'll work just fine. As you can see, it is a 2-stage, so that means this side here, it's going to be hard to see, is a little bit coarser, so you want that towards the side that's going to be drawing the air through, and then the other side's a little bit finer. And you want that on the inside towards your intake in here. And you can see down in there where I cleaned it a little bit. It's still a little bit dirty, but it doesn't have to be perfect. And then obviously once you separate these two pieces, you can pull the old one out and put this one in, and put this cover back on and put that back down in. You gotta make sure you gotta fit it in the grooves here, otherwise it doesn't want to go. And that metal thing can be a little bit of a pain to get started too. But anyway, that was from Premier Air Filters Dual Stage. I guess that's, I don't know. I thought that was the brand. But anyway, you can find those on eBay. And then also, we're also here doing the battery. I don't know how well you can see in there. Your positives right here. Your negatives over on this other side. Not this wire here, but this one here. And then you're going to have two, it's going to be hard to see, back in here, there's a bolt right there, and a bolt right here. And you're going to have this bracket here, and on either side of it, you're going to have, I had 8mm bolts. Or I'm sorry, 10mm, 10mm, 8mm. Here's the 10mm. The 8mm is for the bolts on top of the battery. These little guys right here. So on either side. So anyway, I have trouble starting it. I was doing kickstarting, but it takes longer and harder. So we're just gonna go ahead and change it. I got this also from eBay. It's like $16 or $17. This is a Mighty Max battery. Part number is a YTX4LBS. This one is, the only thing different is the P at the beginning. It's a P instead of a Y. So I'm sure everything will work just fine like it's supposed to. It's got the positives on the right and the negatives on the left. And so I just gotta, they sent me some new, what came with it was this packet right here. Comes with some new bolts and these new nuts that will slide in on the ends here. You can't see it. There you go. On the ends. And what I'll do is I'll make sure to hit them up with some good old. You can't see this either. This is dielectrical grease. It's just like a clear stuff. I get this at AutoZone. It's like $5 or $6. But yeah, I tried adding fluid and tried charging this. Didn't want to do any of those. It actually burned up my charger. You can see over that blue one there, because it was getting real hot and wasn't charging like it was supposed to. That trickle charger. But anyway, so you'll need just I have a quarter inch socket set. Like that 8 and that 10 works fine for me. And I'm going to go ahead and use that dilutional grease on these, and I'm going to use a little bit of grease on the bolts that go through here, the nuts that hold it on, and then put her all back together. She should be good to go. But just wanted to share that with you all in case y'all are working on one of these. I'll bring a video later up about I did the CDI box on this thing. I basically did everything else first, you know, all the ignition coils and rectifier and stuff like that, and took me a little bit to figure it all out, but that's for another time. So if you have any questions or comments, you can put those below, and like and subscribe. Alright y'all, thanks for watching. Be safe.